Hello everyone! That's Thursday, that's our regular stream, and I am Dmitry Gerasimov, CEO of Cellframe. And we are Cell, we are here, and we start. Today we'll talk as usual again about our fresh news, what happens for the last week. Most it will be about development. Last time you could remember that we have told only about marketing. So today we'll focus more on your questions, and it will more answer on your questions. But first let's talk about what we have new for today. Last week we have you remember we ran Testnet 2. It's Sub-Zero. It has right now only two subchains, and all this week we were working on the new subchain. It will be based on blocks, not on DEC, like we were expected before. We have shifted a DEC subchain for a little later. Maybe we'll run it on Scorpion network, don't know. Anyway, for Testnet, for proof of stake subchain, we now planning to run block-based subchain. What will be based this consensus? It will be based on Ton blockchain. Ton has a very interesting consensus for blocks, and we have decided to implement it in place of Tendermint that we were planning before. So that's most important news about Sub-Zero Testnet. Also, we are issued and developed branch of Cellframe dashboard. We published plugins API. Right now, our Tej documentation team is working on documents for this API for tutorials, and soon we'll publish some examples. One example it's ready, and I believe it will be a first stage for newbies in development. And let them to try make some distributed applications. So when we over this documentation, we are planning to run nearest time first hackathon. It's ready Cell Grants program. You remember a few weeks ago I have mentioned it, that we have a Cell Grants program, and it will be connected with hackathons, and we want to say that you could start to read our docs prepared to this hackathon already. Okay, what we have new. Okay, that's about Testnet 2, and right now also we have started to prepare for Mainnet for Scorpion network. It will be called Scorpion network. It will be based on the same software, just when we over tests. Only difference that we'll have a few more subchains. As I told before, Testnet 2 will have one additional subchain based on Ton consensus. Mainnet Scorpion will differ because it will have also DEC based consensus based on hash graph. So we'll have at the same time two consensuses on two different subchains, and we'll see how fast they will work. Master nodes could select which subchain use for their purposes, and if you tried already our software, you could find that we have different mempools for different subchains. So it will be ability to select maybe for the higher fee, but with faster finalization. So you could select ways for your transaction. It will be quicker, it will be slower, it will be cheaper, it will be could be more expensive. So there will be variants. Also for this will be connected new, it's also playing it on Scorpion, it will be special dedicated service will related with mempools, and we'll see how it's working with fee selection. Will be stock, decentralized stock, and masternodes could propose their fee level, and users select lowest fee. By the way, maybe if you read news from other blockchains, you maybe have seen that Cosmos ran first decentralized exchange with limit orders and order books. And as you remember, we have it already in testnet over a year ago, and right now we have forced it works with this. It's left only to complete front end, and our front enders are working on this. Also, it will decompose it as a plugin for Self-Frame dashboard. It will show how works our dashboard as super application. So that's what we have related with our development process. For marketing, there are not so much news related with marketing, but there are a few important. Nearest time should be released new video about Self-Frame, and also we have moved for a few steps forward in listing on the first sex. I know I told a lot of this before. It's a long process, and right now we have moved on few steps forward. So I cannot say when we finish this road, but it will be soon. Okay, that's about news. What happens new? Let's go now to your questions. Last week you have sent us really a lot of questions, and I will try to answer as much as possible. Okay. User DFV_98 asking, can you do quantum resistant NFT on Self-Frame? Yes. And about NFTs, we'll have special mechanics for these things. I am still thinking about to run Metaverse project. It will be run like also like it will look like plugin for Self-Frame dashboard. At first, I'll see it will be AR space or something like this. Maybe some games, maybe some space for conversation. I don't know. For this, we'll need a dedicated team. You know, it's AR, it's graphics, it differs from what we do usually, and this will requires NFT. By the way, NFT it's not something that's strongly related with metaverse. We are planning to do similar things. We call it cell object. Cell object is something like NFT, but that could be linked with any virtual object for some kind of virtual land, maybe some skins in games, and etc. By the way, with this metaverse sub-project, we also planning some GameFi projects and etc. Also, we have some possible collaboration with one interesting team that also requires some NFTs mechanics. So it's on our first steps and current roadmap to implement these NFTs. We'll see NFTs in testnet 2 before we run Scorpion. So it will be soon. Next question from Ram Reggio. What is inflation rate of Cell token? 0. We have no emission after we run Mainnet. All our token circulation is based on service providing, on liquidity providing, and something like this. We'll have no emission. So all cells are already in circulation. Will be no more cells. Without gaming and NFT, how Selframe will survive? We'll have GameFi and NFT, of course. Don't worry. Next question from Stack Satoshi. When do you quantum computer will be here as a certain threat? I think about 2, maybe 3 years, not more than 5 years. It could happen any moment. I don't know. Maybe Chinese government already has some secret quantum computer. I don't know, and you don't know. We are already on the one step from this. If you read news, you know that IBM is already proposed more than 100 qubit computers and going to build more than 200 qubit computers. There are some solutions that could help to control few millions qubits at the same time. So this race is near to finish. I see we'll see quantum supremacy in cryptography really in nearest years. Left not so much time, and at least in a few years should be cracked. I believe ECDSA signature. Okay, the next question from the same user. Are you concerned that other major L1s such as Polkadot can just implement quantum-resistant security? It's not so easy to implement. To implement the new type of wallet, you need to have these mechanics already inside. Yes, they have such identity, as I remember, in address line, but if they have no such identification in signature, it could be problem, and usually they remove it. I believe they could implement it. Just it could happen after quantum threat will be realized. It will happen after quantum apocalypse. I want to say. Also we have other advantages, not only quantum resistant. We have low level distributed applications API. We have peer-to-peer sharding, 2-level sharding. It's not only about quantum resistant. And as I know, they don't care a lot about this. So as usual, they'll start to care only when Satoshi Nakamoto funds will be stilled. I believe this. Okay, the next question from CryptoPrabra. Your quantum resistant concept can break through the Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. Don't understand this question. Breakthrough. Sorry, don't understand what you're asking for. The next question, Young King 1986. When public can test Sub-Zero and what are the rules for making node? Sub-Zero you could test already. Just there are no public builds on anything except Linux. We have public builds only for Linux, but if you want to build it for macOS or Windows, you could make it by yourself. All sources are present. Just fetch them from branch release 5.0. It's a 5.0 version of Node software. Run it and you could find Sub-Zero network configs inside. And you could try to test it. If you want some test tokens for Testnet 2, just create your wallets and tell us your wallet address, and we'll do some airdrops in Testnet for you. Also, we are thinking about some kind of site that will make this automatically. But until this, we'll do this manually. Next question from Crypto Moonshot. Who is conducting the audit and penetration test for Testnet 2 Sub-Zero? For current moment, we'll still continue to make our own penetration test. When we'll over, we'll invite everyone for this. We'll announce in about a week, or two, we should announce bounty program. And this bounty program will be open for all ethical hackers. Also, we're searching for companies that could help us for third-party audition. It's on the table right now. Next question from MM_M_0. Besides post-quantum cryptography we have in self-frame network, what are other techniques and technologies used for transactions, smart contract privacy and security? For transactions, I believe it's about privacy transactions. We have plans to implement ring signatures with zero knowledge ring signatures. We have some examples already in SDK. If you look on this, we have ring signatures and some ZK, and when we'll finish it, we'll have something like the cache on Monero for anonymous transactions. But smart contracts, it's all planned on the next year. It will be stage by stage. First, we'll start to implement our own smart contract mechanism. Then we'll start to implement substrate based or something similar for substrate to help migration from substrate to self-frame. And only it's planned only on the summer EVM compatible smart contract platform to help migration from Solidity platform. That's all we are planning. And it's not only about ring signatures and something like this. Stay tuned, we'll announce it soon. Okay, user tokens. Will the testnet be available for testing to the public? It's available, try it. Also, is there any updates on Testnet Explorer? We are working on this. You could try explorer.selframe.net. It's not finished yet, but will be soon. We are working on this, don't worry. Also, you could find on our GitHub account repository with Explorer plugin. So this Explorer could be we are planning to open for everyone and make it able to install on your local computer and use it. Also, we are working on widget on inside self-frame dashboard. It will be a built-in self-frame dashboard Explorer. And from my opinion, it's more important to have your blockchain Explorer on your local computer, because this part of centralization, when you open this site, it could be compromised, and better to use Explorer inside application, and we are working on such ability. Okay, next question. Next question from elapse_01. Hello, Elapse. Nice to see you again. Quite a few of us are very interested in running nodes. Has the amount of cell needed to run a node be established, and is a guide up to date if we want to pre-build a node before mainnet? Yes, we are preparing instructions and tutorials how to run it. There is README inside the self-frame node repository. About amount of cell, we'll publish it later. It's still not finished how much we'll need. Before mainnet, we'll make airdrops in Sub-Zero with T-Cell token, test cell token, small t, and for capital CELL. And you could try before mainnet launch, of course. What are the benefits, rewards of running a validator master node, and how many coins need for that? How many coins still not definite. What benefit? You could provide services and earn on services. That's the main benefit. It's from GK Crypt question. Again, question from Stack Satoshi. Have you had much interest from projects wanting to build once sell once mainnet is live? Yes, I have such interest. A few days ago, I had conversation with such project that decided to select Cellframe as L2 protocol. Maybe they will do parachain, maybe not sure. Also, there are another interests. Can't say something definite about them. It's projects related with different cloud services, and they want to replace them with Fox services. So we are waiting for a properly composed white paper site, roadmap. We don't want to accept every request. For example, were a lot of requests of different scam. I don't want to approve scam. Sorry. Sorry, scammers, I will not approve you. Okay. There is currently very low liquidity for KL in BSC. Sorry, it's not from question, not to me. Next question again from Stack Satoshi. What plans do you have to lure developers to build on Cell? We prepare tutorials, we update documentation. Maybe you will see our new wiki site on wiki.cellframe.net. Also, we have Cell grants. Also, we're planning to run hackathons and a lot of other things. Most important thing I see, we want to be as simple as possible. Because usually distributed application development it's complicated thing, and I have heard from people that we could be really simpler way to simple way to develop something distributed, really. Okay, next question. When can we see developer grants being announced? Generally, we have announced them. Details will be, I believe, on the next week. Okay, it's not a question. It's not it's a suggestion. Sorry. I appreciate your advice, but it's about questions. About questions, and thanks for the hard work. Thank you too. Okay, it was questions that we have. Now let's see what happens in chat, and I will try to answer your questions in chat. Okay. Hi, did you see that Celestify on Twitter want to release token calling Cell? Not joke. Cannot forbidden to issue a token with same name. I believe it's something not good. Usually it's scam. I don't know why they call it Cell. Also, maybe they don't know about us. Who knows? King. Does it change the shader to the mainnet? Change it to the block-based subchains? We all do to stay in shader, but I can't say more for now. So Cosmos subchain will be Cellframe be part of IBC? No, it's not Cosmos subchain. We want to add only same consensus mechanics. It's a Tendermint protocol, and we want to realize it by ourselves and make able to use in Cellframe ecosystem. It's not something directly related with Cosmos. By the way, maybe it helps to make bridge with them, but we'll not focus on this. Our focus is more on other consensuses, on tone-based consensus, on hash graph-based consensus. Also, we prepare our own. We have no one single consensus. We use a lot of them in a lot of subchains. It should increase total security of our ecosystem. Okay, let's go to another question. When ambassador program kick off? I think we'll need some more publication about ambassadors. Sorry, we'll publish updates soon. Another question: isn't a mainnet more important to bring more clients solve frames than the whole booking, NFT, metaverse, and etc.? Yes, it's more important, but you need to understand that it's all about host patching, bug fixing. When things that I'm talking about is new features. It's different teams. One team is working on stabilizing, another team continue to develop new features. If we'll focus only on bugs, on current issues, we cannot move forward. So yes, we need to keep in mind all new features that we want to implement, and also talk about this. If we'll not do this, all our talks will be reduced to, hey guys, we were fixing bugs all this week. That's all. And we patched 25 holes. That's all. It's not interesting, yes? So we need to develop some features as well. Okay. How does this project compare to Quanks? Totally different projects, believe me. Quanks is more second generation blockchain, when we are third generation blockchain. What do you think would be the average TPS for your blockchain after mainnet? It will be very high. It will be really huge, I believe. It will be one of the biggest throughputs, but I still cannot say numbers. We need to wait when we'll finish our consensuses, at least tone-based consensus, or better to wait until we'll finish tone-based and hash graph-based consensuses and compare it, because it will have little different TPS. Okay. And what would be the transaction cost? Would they be based on the network load? It will be based on master node slot, yes. And they could set their price that they want. I think it will be really small, maybe around 1 cent. I don't know. It depends from load, really. It will be low load, it could be lesser. If it will be big, it will be bigger. I believe it will be very small. Don't worry about fees, it will be small. Will they be taken for sale? Yes, I was talking about this a lot of time. After mainnet. Okay, what are the plans and programs to encourage developers? I told about this. Will be self-frame mainnet upgradable forkable? Of course. Could be hard forks, could be soft forks, could be upgrades. At least additional subchains it will be easy added after launch, so don't worry. You mentioned hash graph when talking about mainnet. How exactly is Hedera being utilized? Hedera is composed on the higher level languages. It's not so fast by itself. We haven't utilized it a lot, so we just take its consensus. Everything else we cannot use because it's written on Java when our blockchain is written on C, so we could just look how it looks like and write our own code based on this. And I believe this consensus, how to say it, Okay, don't mind. Let's go to the next question. Okay, where do you see Cellframe in 3 months? In Mainnet, on Hype, I believe. Question: what are your estimated size of the team at the end of 22? More than 100 for sure. Is Cellframe post-quantum secure for hashing and encryption, but not for signatures and key agreement? It's quantum secure for signatures and key agreements as well. We have post-quantum digital signatures and post-quantum open key exchange protocols. Don't worry, everything is post-quantum. How many parachain slots will be up for auction, and what type of projects are competing for a slot? It will be 50 slots for auctions. For now, I believe next year they will be more. It depends from total throughput of internet, of how powerful equipment our masternode will run, and we'll see how it works total. What kind of parachains? It could be any parachains that have a sense, really. Hi Dmitry, any possibility to put a written diagram of Tokenomics on the website? Okay, I'll try to keep it in mind. We'll put it. Not that I care much, but many new investors came in and asked about this. We are sell, we are here. We are sell, we are here. Okay. Will it be trivial for any layer 1 to plug in PQ signatures when necessary, make Cellframe redundant? No, it's not trivial, believe me. And remember, it's not our single advantage. We are not only about quantum resistant. Hi Dmitry, can you say hi? Hi! Okay, so your main competitor is already outdated. Don't know, maybe. Okay. What is the point of having different consensus like tone and headers? Imagine that some of this consensus could be hacked. Imagine that in future one of these consensus could be quicker than another. It's just for improvement of total security of total system at all. And we want to have a toolbox for people who want to run their parachains and give them ability to select their consensus. So we implement as much as possible of interesting consensuses. Okay. Does having a masternode make this project centralized? No. Why? Okay. I think I answered for all the questions. Do you think you will be better than Polkadot in 2-3 years? Yes, we will be better. Okay. It was very interesting questions. I appreciate them a lot. Thank you for all your questions, for all your support. See you next Thursday. We are Cell, we are here. Goodbye.